Good afternoon, everyone. To my right, we have Chief O'Shea with the Rockford Police Department, and to my left, we have Sheriff Gary Caruana. We are here today to update you on some arrests that were made yesterday evening as well as this afternoon. First of all, I'll preface my comments by saying, as I have throughout the last several weeks regarding individuals who want to express their First Amendment rights, that the First Amendment is very clear. Congress shall make no law respecting and establishing religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, abridging the freedom of speech, press, the right of peaceably assemble, and the right to petition the government for grievances. And again, I always stress the right to peaceably assemble because that is exactly what the First Amendment says. In addition, the First Amendment conveys these rights on all of us, no matter what your message is. And for the past several weeks, the Sheriff's Office, the Illinois State Police, the Rockford Police Department, and other local law enforcement agencies have worked to make sure that those who have a message to convey peacefully have safe passage to do so. However, the First Amendment does not give you unbridled freedom to express your message and infringe on the rights of others. And what we saw occurring yesterday, which resulted in the arrest of several individuals on July 31st, 2020, was exactly that. We had individuals that were not peaceably assembling, but were in fact infringing on the rights of others to have free passage and safe passage on the roadways within the county. And that results in criminal behavior. And that results in individuals being charged, not for exercising their right of freedom of expression, but for committing criminal acts. At this time, I would like to go through those individuals who were first charged yesterday, July 31st, 2020. First, we have Elliot Dempsey, date of birth, April 11th, 1998. He is charged with mob action. Next, we have Larissa Walston, date of birth, April 14th, 1997. She is charged with mob action, aggravated battery on a public way, and resisting arrest. Allison Lamentia, date of birth, February 2nd, 1995, is charged with mob action. Scott Garwick, date of birth, April 22nd, 1952, is charged with the offense of mob action. Stephen Tuitt, date of birth, June 7th, 1983, is charged also with mob action. Terry Patterson, date of birth, September 10th, 1974, is charged with mob action and resisting arrest. Martha Ebner, date of birth, June 1st, 1957, charged with mob action and resisting arrest. Dylan Mitchell, date of birth, September 11th, 1993, charged with aggravated battery to a police officer, resisting arrest as well. Dana Schultz, date of birth, December 18th, 1996, charged with aggravated assault to a police officer, resisting arrest, and aggravated battery to a police officer. William Gettings, date of birth, March 24th, 1998, charged with aggravated battery, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest. Leslie Rolfe, September 29th, 1991, charged with mob action and obstructing a police officer. There were these individuals who were arrested on July 31st. This incident stemmed from the following. Police officers received several calls that motorists were impeded from traveling near the intersection of Water Street and East State Street. One motorist reported that the vehicle she was in with children, was surrounded for several minutes by individuals who were blocking the roadway. Other motorists reported that they were impeded and not able to travel through the roadway. Once officers were able to identify the individuals who were impeding traffic and not allowing the motorists to proceed, officers attempted to make an arrest. When officers attempted to arrest those individuals, other individuals interfered with that arrest, and that is why they were also charged. Today, August 1st, 2020, there was an event held at the memorial at the Criminal Justice Center regarding police officers, and a celebration to thank officers for their service. In addition, those individuals who have been active in the community protesting police conduct were also provided a safe place to have their message during the event. So they were segregated to avoid any confrontation, and for the most part, everyone remained in their respective places. After the event ended at the Criminal Justice Center, a few of those individuals that had participated in the other venue opposite of this celebration proceeded to come on to the area where the event had been held, proceeded to remove signs, destroy signs. They were asked to not do that and to remove themselves from the area, and they refused to do so, which resulted in the arrest of 5 individuals. We have Samuel Korn, date of birth November 28, 1977, arrested for resisting and criminal damage to property. We have Anjanette Johnson, date of birth August 23, 1976, arrested for disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. We have Catherine Sneed, date of birth October 23, 1995, arrested for mob action and resisting arrest. We have Michael Riggs, date of birth March 2, 2000, charged with aggravated battery to a police officer and resisting arrest. We have Joel Cochran, date of birth December 29, 1990, charged with mob action. We have also Brendan Rabbit, date of birth March 15, 1977, charged with mob action. And so I want to be very clear in the message that I convey to the community. As I said before, individuals who peaceably assemble will be allowed to convey their message, no matter what it is, to the community, to the government. But you will not be permitted to infringe on the rights of other residents in Winnebago County, because that is where your First Amendment right ends. You will not be permitted to commit crimes against other individuals in an effort to convey your message. Your message must be conveyed in a peaceful manner, and as long as it's conveyed in a peaceful manner, I, along with law enforcement, will make sure that you have a safe vehicle to convey that message. As we did today, we provided a safe area for those individuals to convey their message. I want to thank those individuals who did abide by the parameters that were put in place. Again, the purpose being for those who have contrary messages to also convey their messages, but also to avoid conflict, to avoid officers having to intervene. Officers intervene when there is criminal conduct. That is their sworn duty to do so. They do not instigate or start the criminal conduct, but they intervene, and their sworn oath and duty is to protect those who call for assistance. That's what they did in these situations, and that's what they will continue to do. At this time, I would ask Chief O'Shea to step forward to make comments, and afterwards, Sheriff Caruana will make comments. I also would like to thank all of the other law enforcement agencies who have provided assistance to Winnebago County, that being the state police and other local law enforcement agencies, to assist us in an effort to ensure that everyone is kept safe. Those who are conveying a message, those who have a counter message, and those who are just going about their daily business in Winnebago County.
First, a comment on the protesters. Obviously, as the state's attorney said, we always allow people to peacefully protest, but the criminal actions of a few will not be tolerated. And I think the citizens of Rockford, the businesses of Rockford, have been more than patient over the last couple weeks, actually months, of tolerating people who want to push the envelope right to the end. And now they've crossed the line, and they're going to get arrested. They're going to keep getting arrested when they break the law. The citizens and the businesses in Rockford deserve much better, and they deserve to have the right to drive down the roads and conduct business and not have to worry about people coming in and just trying to scream and yell and cause chaos and start and incite riots. It's just not tolerated. Huge thanks to the county sheriff, the state police, Loves Park, the Park District. As always, all the law enforcement agencies work together in unison. Very, very appreciative. Our federal partners actually help us out on occasion as well in some of these instances, so I got to throw a shout out to them. But the men and women of the Rockford Police, the County Sheriff Department, the state troopers show tremendous restraint with some actions that most people probably wouldn't tolerate in their normal lives. And the cops have done a great job of using very good restraint and professionalism, and I commend them tremendously. So with that, I'll let the sheriff speak.
Good afternoon. Pretty much so mirroring what the State Attorney Marilyn Hyde-Ross said and Chief Dan O'Shea. You have the right to protest, and we're not disputing that. But the second that becomes unlawful, blocking cars, screaming at people, where it turns into criminal, that's where we're going to engage. I know that Chief O'Shea reiterated, and I'm going to continue to say we have a great team. We're going to back each other up, and we're going to stop this situation from happening. Last night I want to comment on one of the situations where one of my off-duty, well actually it was in plain clothes, deputy's wife was trapped for a half hour, 45 minutes with one of the protesters with a megaphone, screaming in the window, giving her the finger, totally irresponsible action. She would not stop. At that point, he came to her assistance and said he was a law enforcement officer and that she was under arrest. We viewed some videotapes. At this point, we don't see any violations at all. He did everything that he had to do to conduct the arrest lawfully. So I just want to make sure that any of that type of situation, whether it's in the city or county, the sheriff's office is going to be there to assist wherever it's at. As long as it stays peaceful, we're fine. I have no problem. When it crosses that line into criminal, then we're going to engage, and that's just the end of the story. It's as simple as that. We want you to have your voice heard, but we want you to do it lawfully. Thank you.